Hi, this is Chris from Chris Loves Crochet and Crochet Recreations. Boy, long time no filming. I don't know about y'all. I have been in a really bad slump with this shelter in place business and the coronavirus, and I I live alone, and I have no employment at this point, and so what I needed was to bring a little hope into my life. So I am going to make a rainbow of hope, and I'm going to share it with you. It's very simple. We're going to do a rainbow just as like a half circle, and then we're going to put some clouds on it just so it looks more like a rainbow, just a little fluffy white cloud somewhere along the edges. So what I'm going to do is try to find the end of this red for Roy G. Biv and show you how we get started on this. So I'm going to do the magic circle. Oh, so we have red heart with love for the first two colors, and then I've got a yellow over here that is still red heart, and then I have a Karen Simply Soft, and then I don't know, I might do that fancy green. That's a Caron. So I'm just looking around at what I have because I have not been able to shop for yarn, which is sad, but I have a lot of just yarn sitting around. So I have the whole rainbow and plus some. So that's a good thing. And so I've got this red heart with love, but then I also have the Caron Simply Soft. This red heart with love calls for a 6.5 millimeter hook. Yikes. Because it's really fluffy. It's just that really fluffy 4. But then the Caron Simply Soft calls for a 5 millimeter. So what I'm going to do is just use a 5.5 millimeter and just do it all with that. Because I usually, instead of a 6.5, use a 6 with this red heart anyway. So, and Caron with a 5. So 5.5 is right in between for those. And so I have a 5.5 millimeter needle, and then I have scissors, of course, and then I have a bent tip embroidery needle to sew in your ends, and then a stitch marker for when you have to get up and check your email, see if the perfect job is in there somewhere. So, or go outside and play with your dogs because you just have to. And you got to stop. So anyway, so we're going to do, like I said, a half circle with this. And so we're going to start with the red for, Roy G. Biv. And I'm going to start with a magic circle, which I already said. And what I'm going to do, since it's half of a circle, instead of doing 12 double crochet in the center, I'm just going to do 6. First what am I going to do? Just chain up 1 and then do 6 total. 1 double crochets, 2, 3. So you yarn over, go into the circle, grab your yarn, pull it back, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, put it into the circle. Put your hook back there, grab your yarn, pull it through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. That's what we're doing for a double crochet. So, how many do I have so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more. So here's a 6. So now I'm going to pull this tail right down and pull it tight. And now what I'm going to do is chain 1 and turn. And this, just because it's a half circle, doesn't mean we don't follow the rules of a circle. So the rules of a circle, we get as many stitches as we need in the middle. I've got 6. And then we put 2 in each stitch, 2 double crochet in each stitch. So we'll end up with 12. After you chain 1 and turn, you put 2 double crochet in each one, and you end up with 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, let's see, 11, get in here, and the last double crochet. It's a little shorter because we only did a chain 1, 11, and 12. Now, so that's the start of our rainbow, and I'm going to do 2 colors of each. You can go on and do 3, 4, 5, 6 colors of each if you'd like. Personally, I would stick to an even number, so if you want to do a bigger one, instead of doing 2 rounds of, well, I guess they're rows each, then do 4. Because what I'm going to do here is I'm going to fasten off, and then I'm going to start the new color right here. And so then I'll have a tail to start the color and a tail to finish it off when I do my 2 rows, right? So I'm done with the red, and then I'm going to start with the orange. Where's the end of it? Oh my gosh. It's here somewhere. We're getting close. I pulled something out, I guess. Okay, there we go. Found the end finally. And this end is fraying a little bit. So there you go. So now we're on this side where I just fastened off. I'm going to make a slip stitch on my hook. So I do it really fast. If I think too much, then I'm not able to do a slip stitch. So I put my yarn in my hand the way I do, and then put my hook up from underneath, go over the top yarn, go under the bottom yarn, grab the working yarn and pull it through. That's a slip stitch. So I do that, and then come over here to the beginning of this row, the 3rd row, and now just do a slip stitch, get that on there, chain 1, and then I'm going to do the same. I'm going to do 1 in 1 half double, 1 half double in 1, I'm not half double, 1 double crochet in 1 double crochet, and then I'm going to do 2, do an increase, 2 in 1 double crochet. The next one I'm going to do 1 double crochet, and the next one is 2 double crochet. So I'm going to do that, and I will meet you at the end of, well, I don't know. What else do you need to see? Oh, well, I'll get you started on the next color. Okay, I'll be back when I'm ready for that. Okay, so I finished 1 row with the orange. Well, almost finished. I'm down to the last stitch. And so you should end that row with the increase, with the 2 double crochet. Then I chain 1 and I turn it. And now I'm on 1, 2, 3, then the 4th row. So 4th row increase in a regular circle, so in a half circle it works, is 1, 2, and then an increase. So instead of just 1 and then an increase, we go 1, 2, and then an increase of 2 double crochets in 1 double crochet. So we do 2, on 2, and then an increase. All right, so I'll be back with you to change the color. All right, so on this 4th row, I'm coming up to the end. So remember, again, if you didn't mess up on one of the increases, you should end on an increase. Okay, so that's another 2 rows. So that's the 4th row that's finished. It's actually a mango color. Anyway, I'm gonna pull that through and finish off. You notice I wasn't hiding my tails or anything. I'm just leaving them hanging there, and then I'll cut them a little bit, and then we'll put like a cloud over here to cover them all up, maybe. Puffy, big white puffy cloud. And so now we are on yellow. Or was it green? Now we're on yellow, and what I'm going to do is I'll show you how I connect, and you probably have your own way, which is fine. You stick to your own methods. So there's my slip stitch. I go over, put my yarn under the top, put it under the bottom. I don't think I did this right because I was thinking about it. All right, yeah, I go under, and then over the top strand, under the bottom strand, and then grab the top again and pull it through. And that's a really long-tailed slip knot. So now we are gonna start it again over here where we ended. So I just pull it through with a slip stitch. And then we just follow the way you do a circle. So here is, do chain 1, and then I'm going to do 3 double crochets before the increase. Oops, what am I doing? I didn't turn it around. That's what I'm doing. All right, okay, that's funny. Here, I'll just pull this all out. What am I doing? Lost my mind. Under, over, under. Take the top, make a slip stitch. Go to the right side. Tell I haven't been thinking much lately. Feels good to crochet again though, I'll tell you that much. So, we do a slip stitch here at the beginning of this row, and then since we're on the 5th row and the last row on the 4th row we did 2 double crochets and then an increase. On this row we're going to 3 double crochets and then an increase, which is an increase is 2 double crochet in 1 stitch. So, and we just keep increasing the number of double crochets in between the increase. So on the 5th row it's going to be 3 and then an increase, 3 and then an increase. And then the 6th row is going to be 4 and then an increase, 4 and then an increase. And you should always end on an increase. Either way you're going. And that way it lets you know that your work is going to let you know that you have either messed up or didn't mess up. And then you go back and see where it is and try to correct it without having to take the whole row out. But sometimes you do have to do just that. 2, 3, and then an increase. Okay, so we're doing 3 double crochets and then an increase, and the increase is 2 double crochets in 1 stitch. So Roy G Biv, Roy, red, orange, yellow, G, green, Biv, I'm not going to go indigo, but I'll go blue. And then I have a purple somewhere, but I'll have to show you that later. It's in a package. And then I'll be back when I'm done with the rainbow. So work on it yourself, and depending upon how large you want it to be, you can do 2 rows, 4 rows of each color, 6 rows. You want to cover your window. So if we did, so that would be 1 color, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we're probably looking at, where's my hand? Yeah, you can't even see it. Probably looking at this height of a rainbow. And it's just a half circle. So it's the same all the way around. If you do 4 per, so it's going to be about this height since I'm doing 2 per color. Okay. So I'll see you back when we are done with our rainbows, and we'll talk about a cloud. Okay. See you then. Okay, so here is the rainbow. So since I did this on a magic circle, I will have to tuck in this tail a couple of times in the circle just to keep it from unwinding a little bit. The rest of these little tails I cut off a little bit shorter, made sure that the knot was nice and tight, and then I'm going to put a cloud here. Now I made 1 cloud, just a little cloud, and I should have left longer in there. Anyway, so that's just the little cloud, and then I'm going to make a big cloud. So let me show you. This is kind of freeform in doing this cloud. It's white, so I'm going to try to do this on top of the rainbow so maybe you can see it. Okay, so we're doing a magic circle again. And so I wanted bigger cloud. I am going to do a total of 16, not that first chain, a total of 16 stitches in this magic circle. Now the trick is to think about a cloud being almost like a flower, but not as consistent. So I'm going to start with some half double crochets, 1, 2, and actually some single crochets, 3, 4, 5, back to a half, and then up to a double, 6, 7, and a treble, 8, ooh, it's tough, another treble, 9, another treble, wait a minute, no, I need to come back down, 10, half double, 11, another single, another half, that was at 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Actually, it doesn't matter how many you put in here, really, but 13, and then 14, 15, and then 16. And then we pull this together and pull the tail, so we're cinching it up. This is also red heart, by the way. And actually this yellow wasn't red heart, it was a Saver 100 ice yarn, and so was this violet. It's purple, but blue violet. So that was also an ice yarn. This was the Caron Simply Soft, and this green was Deborah Norville Premier. So as long as they're all 4-weight yarn, I'm jumping back and forth, but on your rainbow 4-weight, you know that they differ. You know, between Red Heart and Caron, we know there's a big difference. So as long as they're rated 4-weight and you use the same hook throughout, then you're fine. Okay, so now I'm going to slip stitch, and then now, so it is the second round of a circle. It's not quite a circle, but the second round of a circle, I'm going to put 2 stitches in each stitch. And again, we're going to just kind of do what you want to do in order to make some cloud poofs, and some bigger than others. So we are going to chain 1, and then I am going to do a half double here, another half double in that stitch, and then double in the next stitch, 1 double, 2 double, then the next stitch I'm going to put a half and a single, and in the next stitch I'm going to keep that single, dog hair, and make a half double. Wait, what did I do? Oh, that was the first one. Half double, double. Now I'm looking down at my first row and see where the shorter or the taller stitches are. And so on a short one where there was some single crochets, well, that I kind of didn't pay attention, but over here where there was half double, I put half double and a single. Down here I'm going up for a big pitch, so I'm going to do a half double here, another half double. I'm going to start some trebles. One treble, 2 treble, again 2 trebles, let's see, and then I'm going to go down to half double. I'm still not going to get 4. I wanted 4 little poofs. And a half double, and then a single. Let's see if we can do this. And a half double, and then oh, see, I'm down to the low ones again. Single, single, half, in the same one, half, and then I'm going to do 2 doubles, the next one, and then I'm going to do, now we're on the treble from the first round, so I'm going to go all the way up and do some trebles and try to come back down here. So that one ended up kind of wimpy. Let's see, treble, another treble, gotta get some real trebles going. 2 more trebles, off the rainbow, sorry. And then we're going to bring this down to a double, and then a half, oops. Yeah, that's right. And then a half, double and a half in the same stitch. And now we're back to the beginning. So I am going to go way down here and do a slip stitch. It's not quite big enough for me, so I'm going to go another round. It's gotten stuck under there somewhere. So I'm going to do a chain 1, and I'm going to do a third round. So you can do a third round if you want to have a bigger bigger cloud. So remember, now this is the third round, and so our increase happens after 1 double crochet or 1 stitch, and then you do an increase. So increase means 2 stitches of any kind, and then 1 stitch of any kind, another stitch, oh, and then we get 2 stitches in the next one. So it's 1 and then an increase, and 1 and then an increase. So this, I'm going to put a double as our second one in for the increase. And now I've got something short. So I've got a double, so I can go down to a half double. Right? Yeah. And then in this next one, I'm going to put singles. So make sure you don't go from like a treble to a single. You know, you've got, just like when you're working on petals, you know, on a flower, you need to kind of give it that that space to grow and then to release. So you have like if you start with a single or the half double, then a double before you can get to a treble or triple or however you say it. Okay, so I've got 1. So this is an increase one. So 2 singles, and then 1 single, and then a half double. Next one I've got an increase, so 2 stitches in there, and I'm also going back upward and doing in my trebles some more trebles. All right, let's keep up these trebles for a little while, get a little bigger. Just remember that as you're changing the height, you also have to keep track of your increase. So it's 1 stitch, and then in the next stitch you put 2 stitch, an increase, which is 2 stitches. Doesn't matter what kind of stitch they are, they just need to be, there needs to be 1 and then an increase, and then 1 and then an increase. So I think this is going to be my last treble over here. So I'm going to do a couple doubles here. And then half. And then 2 singles. Oh, what did I do? No, that was right. 2 singles in one, and then 1 single in the next one. And then a single and a half double in the next one. And then another half double. And the next one, 2 doubles. So again, I'm kind of following along what's beneath. I'm trying to. So on top of these trebles, these are all trebles. And then here we've got some singles. Well, singles way over there on the first round. Then single, single, kind of bringing it back in. Have another couple of trebles there, a couple of trebles there. So I got to move back up to that. Another double. And then 2 more doubles. And some trebles. Let's do some trebles. The trouble with trebles. Oh, no. That's the trouble with tribbles. Okay, so we're still on these trebles. Now I need to start coming down because we're about to the end. So I really need to have a double here. 2 doubles. 1 half double. And the next one, a half double and a single. So that's an increase. And now just 1 single. It's kind of a heart-shaped cloud. That's kind of nice. And then I'm coming all the way down under the stitch to slip stitch, just so it's as low as it can go. That's a nice cloud. I tried on the other one to do a round of single crochet just to finish it off, and it took away the sharpness of the little bit of extensions that I had. It just made it look like a circle. So I'm not going to put a single crochet around. You can if you want to have it a more finished look or something like that. So here are the clouds on this side of the rainbow. And then it's coming out of the clouds and it's a rainbow to over here. And there we have it. So now I'm just gonna fasten them on. I'm just gonna use the white and sew it down around onto the rainbow. So there's gonna be some flapping down here. I'm using the whole width of it though. I'm gonna go up here around on the rainbow. And same thing over here. I may overlap them, probably will. And then just sew these in with white. So that is my rainbow of hope. I hope that you guys got a little bit of the hopefulness and of the love that comes from a rainbow. So that's all I have. I hope you learned something, although it was quite simple, but maybe some free form. Kind of get your toe wet, and then go and look at my freeform videos and learn a little bit more about freeform. That would be great because it's kind of a beginner's freeform. And that's it. So that was wonderful. And thank you guys for watching. And if you like, please like down below and give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't, please subscribe. And if you can, with enough rainbows around you, please choose happy. Okay, bye.